Imafo goy, a goy baked it. Okay? You have our bread, the Jewish bread that a goy baked it. Abba bishalosho, sorry. Upachelon our bread, imafo goy, a goy baked it. Abba bishalosho is soil, even though the Jew owns it and the Jew needed it. Asur is prohibited because of cooking of goyim. The Ainu Gzeras Talmid Shammai Vila. The Shogar Yisrael Tanuro. If a Jew light the fire, Ina Mishogar Goy, even or the Goy light the fire. The offer Goy, the Goy light the fire and the Goy baked. The soil Mechata and the Jew stirs the coals. Mutter is permitted. Mishum de beipo gecholim, when you turn the coals, yoitzachum, and the heat goes out. Kach piri Rashi. The abel kin le'el kamon, like the Gemara says on, the mikol eboshel betarta should begin you cook in 2 hours. The ashtabu chadash, and then now you stir the coals is 1 hour. Again. So now we talk about the Ramban. The Ramban is of the opinion that baking and cooking was one gzeira of chasnos, which is bread is much more stronger. Svara to goys is my senoshim livelihood is constant, right? Then they added shlokas, but he said our bread that a goy baked, even though the Jew needed it, is also. But if the Jew light the fire, or the goy baked and light the fire, but you stir the coals, one of the things permits because it's our bread, it's Jewish bread. The action of a Jew is recognized in it. Because he finished it. He made it very quickly, or he lit the fire, or he closed the thing. And they recognize if he didn't stir the coals, won't finish so quickly. Which means, which type, that's what he said, a spick, when he throws a toothpick is not enough. Anything that made the Maiseni Kogim is recognized that he made it, he finished it quicker, or he's the one to finish it physically, or he made it quicker, to finish quicker. So his Maisem Nikorim Bo, his action are recognized in the bread. If he turned the coal a little bit, a flame, he didn't come out by him stirring it, he didn't create a flame out, heat come out, stronger heat. Just some turning also is prohibited. Because he left as being put and finished by a goy, and the Jew didn't light the fire, he didn't stir the coal to bring strong heating to finish it quicker. It just a little bit, he moved a little bit of the coal, does nothing. There's no ma'ase nika. This is a big rule. When the goy put the food down and he finished it, it's also even though the Jew owns it. This is the conclusion of the Ramban. So we have already Iran, Shat and the Ramban, right? We have a Ramban that says the same thing. One who throws a little stick, Bepurni, a big oven, shall goy in order to permit his bread. Bishum bishulei goyim, because the bread of cooking of goyim. She'en ma'maisav mamash v'osu, his action doesn't permit it. Mr. Losu. We saw in the Rambam that could be what? Not clear. The Rambam only said that. The Rambam said that lighting the fire works only by bread, not by cooking food. He says throwing a stick, lighting the fire is okay by your bread. But throwing a stick is nothing. Everybody should agree to that. Because not my senika. It's just funny. Follows us funny. And he said, without his wood, his little stick didn't change anything. No, the Rambam talked about lighting the fire. What about stirring the coals? So he makes a chiluk. Which stirring the coal, the Rambam meant that you created heat, and Ma'aseh Nikorim is baked quicker. But just turn the coal is nothing. You can say the Rambam just said stirring the coal. You need to make a clear which level of stirring. So the Rambam permits. Okay, now you're Ashkenazi. Yeah, but stirring the coals, the melacha normal stirring the coal means bringing heat. What happened? I just stir without the heat, bringing it just a little bit maisa balmas, nothing. Okay. V'inami, another answer, bishleit fei purta. I cooked it a little bit more. You might have a boshable eight so without the wood. Kevin Mika, since not recognized. Purta, who is a little bit also it's prohibited. First one he says by throwing a stick didn't change anything. And even if it did, inami bashleit fei purta, even a little bit, cook a little bit, and some measurement it did. You might have a bosher from what is being cooked below it, so it cooked a little bit more than without the stick. But since it's not recognized, it's not recognized. Uputo is a little bit also the tchilose the beginning and end is a goy. That little thing doesn't make a change. But the Ashkenazis say, I made some change. Nika. Kalape of Bishul. Recognizing the Bishul. People see. When they know now his maisim cause the baking quicker. Sure. Or if they will see, they know. Let's finish the next two lines. We'll finish with this. Can I really let, yes, who spoke? Yes. Can he cook it quicker? Can I really anything when it's not recognized as cooking is nothing. The action of a Jew will not permit it if it's not recognized. That's what Rabbi says. There's three works in bread. We need clearly he light the fire. Or somebody he's going to bake it, put it on, and or really stir the coals. But just moving a little bit, throwing a little stick is nothing. If it was another way, just throwing a stick, there's more than 3 melachas. There's 4 melachas. There's only 3. Okay.
This is good for
okay.
You say that chapter.
Okay. The Ravid agrees to Nirmai Sanika. This is the Rambam. He says, when he's scanned the Rambam Asfari, he says, but the Rambam permitted with a stick. They don't know what the Rambam means. Look in the next 2 paragraphs. Like a right, Shekatafti, Atzok Lesaya, Yisrael Belesinas Ha'etzim, the Jew needs to help in putting the wood, Betoch HaEsh K'nei Shia Bois Ha'etzim, that it will be in those sticks. So Yisrael Miskarev, Yisrael Atunu makes the fire light. Alme Maisa Anika, we need to recognize Maisa. V'domo Poshutu. But when Niskavnu Dima Rambam Asfar, did you do it? And Ashkenazim follow the Rambam Asfar. Throw 8, finish. I remember we were in Kiev 30-something years ago with my father, remember? And the rabbi told us in Moscow, we gave us to eat the black bread. He says that every morning a Jew or one of the yeshiva students they just opened the yeshiva there, then, talking about 1990, Tafshinun, says he threw a stick there. He says, enough. So Ashkenazim was enough. Okay. Bezrat Hashem, I'm giving out papers, and I want people to do the Bishul Akum Aleph, give out to the Meitzad and other people. The Afreichin are going to be next week. There's some here want to give out. Somebody wants to give it out. They give it to Rabel, Yosef, and those that are not here. We're going to give out more to everyone. What? Yeah. Aran אומר שזה לא יעזור. Aran, Ramban. נכון. כן. Okay. MUSSAR SHMUSH. I want to say something which in my mind for some time, with the help of Hashem. I was wondering if you look in the parasha, something very strange. It's definitely not coincidence. Everything is meduyak in the Torah. And look what it says in the Torah Kadosh. And I understand from the Smichus HaDvorim, it's a big teaching what is the essence, what is the goal of the Jewish people? So I want to read what it says here. Listen what it says here. It says like this. Hashem showed himself to Abraham Avinu, and the Malachim told him going to have a child. It goes on. Then it says like this. After Hashem told Avraham Avinu and Sori Imenu they're going to have a child, it says a posuk which is very famous, is the fundamental of the Judaism. I remember many years ago, Eishat Torah got I think $12 or $14 million from the Dan family in the 1990s, middle of 1990s, and they started to shore up. And one of the things they did, they invested in internet, invested in publicity and media. And they made a movie. And the first movie that came out, which was very powerful, I think you still can search for it on the internet. The question was, what defines you as a Jew? What is the definition of a Jew? And in the small clip, they taking Jews all around the world, or goyim, whatever it is. What defines a Jew? This guy says, they look this, they smart, they invent things, whatever everyone says, different things. They got the Torah, right? And in the end of the clip, the message was very powerful, that what makes a Jew is what? Familia, family, one family. That's the clip. Means we one family. One family. All French people's not one family. So I want to read this pasuk. After Hashem tells Avraham Avinu that he's going to have a child, it says like this. Hashem Amar, Hashem said, I want to reveal Avraham Avinu what I'm doing. Avraham Avinu is going to be a great nation because I have a child. And it says a very famous statement, very famous pasuk, which most Jews, most Talmidei Chachomim know it because it's the fundamental of Judaism. Ki yadati. You know why I chose Avraham Avinu? To build a nation from him? Ki yadativ leman asher yetzav ezbono bezbeiso achor. I know that he's going to command his children and his household after. V'shomu dech Hashem la'asot tzedakah mishpat. They will guard the ways of Hashem to do justice, charity and justice. In order leman avi Hashem al Avram, in order to bring what Hashem said to Avram when he spoke about it. Which means once Hashem said you have children, you have familia, he says Judaism will continue through the family. I'm born as a Jew. I was born in Russia and Mongolia. I was born in Brazil, America, in Morocco, Algeria, Iraq, Philippines. I'm Jewish. My father's Jewish, but I speak Filipino, Chinese. Who knows what I act like a goy. I speak like a goy. As they say, it looks like a duck. It speaks like a duck. It walks like a duck. It's a duck. Okay, but that one makes you Jewish? Of course, I mean, your father's Jewish, your mother's Jewish, mother's Jewish, but you have the totally culture, about culture food. You eat like a Filipino, you eat like a Chinese, you eat like an American, French fries. It is Kentucky Fried Chicken, you have McDonald's, you eat food, you dress, you speak like a guy. So what makes you Jewish? The Or Sameach says that why, in order for the Jewish people to accept the Torah, to receive the Torah, they had to have the fundamentals. They didn't change the language, they didn't change the clothing. Shmam also, the names. There are Jewish names in Egypt. They didn't change the clothes, they didn't change the language. So the Or Sameach says, because in order to create a nation, you need a color. You need a definition of a nation. What makes a nation? What binds the nation? So because they didn't break the fundamentals, language, names, and clothing, Yiddish, Latino, who knows what, their language, language, names, and clothing. So it gives them identification, and therefore they have a schus. Besides these others, they didn't destroy the nationality part. They can be a nation. But here Hashem says, what really the core of this is not language, it's not names, it's not clothing. It's familia, family. Because it says, I know that Abraham Avinu will command his children, and his children's children. And my father, bless his memory, the Rebbe, used to explain that the strongest power of a person, he wants to follow or to do what his father really, really believes. What a father really, the core, loves and care and believes and value, the child in his heart wants to follow. There's the biggest power. So if I want to say, what is Judaism? Hashem says, I know that Avraham Avinu, I can build a nation on it. I can bring on Avraham Avinu what I promised, because I know Hashem's words will continue. Stockholm Mishpat, charity and justice will continue in the world through Avraham Avinu, because we will pass it through a father to a child, a family, familia. No, this you need the driving force, and then you have the contents. It's the torah. But the torah was the driving force. And that's why Judaism follows father to son. I see myself as a Rosh Yeshiva here in the Yeshiva, Diaspora Yeshiva. Who comes to the Yeshiva and has the biggest drive? You know who? Be surprised. People, like for example, the mother's Jewish, the father's not Jewish. So they have identity crisis, who they are, where they belong to, or opposite. They come to the Yeshiva and have such desire to learn Torah. It's like a big agash, a mountain of volcano mountain. Their big desire. Or people that were born Jewish and they live among the Goyim, they speak Chinese, Filipino, English, French, who knows what, but they don't know nothing about you. They come to the Torah Yeshiva. Wow. They have such desire. They weren't born next to the well. They have big desire to want to connect to their heritage, but that they want to put the context. What is the driving force? Oh, I'm Jewish. Let's find out what does it mean, Jewish. So the driving force, not the context. The context has to be Shiva's Torah, whatever the people give out, the Torah we give out. That's the Toichen inside. But the driving force, Leman Yadativ, Asher Yatzavez Bonav Achov. The continuation of children is no greater continuation. And this is a driving force through all the exile. Whatever it's going to have, Judaism will continue. As I said, I know will continue. Okay. Because we know it says, Al tito ishto asimecha. You'd be surprised when I tell you right now. You know what is the driving force? Are you in the yeshiva here? In the driving force that you want to do what your father loves, who gave you the driving force to strive to be a tzaddik, to be straight, to be good? Is the mother. The Goy Mivilna says, what does it mean? Do not leave the Torah of your mother until you're 3, 4 years old. That's what it means in Kabbalah Malabonim. Is the spirit that the mother gives to the child. He falls down. Oh, you're such a tzaddik. Or even if you're such a good boy. The word good means, when he's saying good boy, means good is the best thing to be. And you being something good means she's planted into the child the strive of being straight, good. All those fundamental striving comes from the mother. There's a famous story that Rabbi Meir Lublin, the Maram Lublin, when he became a Rosh Yeshiva, and he built this huge building, and Europe was a big Kiddush, and he had dormitories and a big place of books, library, and he made an inauguration, and he bought a big, all the Gdoila from all over Europe, and he had a Noshim, he went down from the podium, and he ran a little bit of Spanish, and he looked, Mama, you became a Rosh Yeshiva. What do you have to say? You may, a famous man, you told me, means what planted there was from the mother. Big insight. The Torah comes from the mother. What Torah means? not the context. The striving to being the fundamental Stockholm Mishpat comes from your mother. You have to know that. That's why anyone that raised a child, if you raise your friend child, you gave birth to him. You gave birth to him, yes. Because when you raise him as young, you build the fundamentals of desires of Stockholm Mishpat and morals and ethics. That comes from the mother. Comes from the mother. Koponi is not my Torah. There's only preparation. I'll finish what I want to say. Right after that, it says in the Torah, Abraham Avinu prays for Stoim. Stoim is not his children. It's his nephew. Stoim is not even nephew. He just lived next to them. He knows that the wicked are going b'chatoim l'Hashem me'oi. And he stopped. So this, I said, it's not a coincidence. Where Hashem says, I appointed Avraham Avinu that Judaism will continue through his children. The biggest part of his children, and I said, you know what? But I'm going to reveal to him what I'm doing about Stoim and the job of the person that knows that the continuation through his children was the job of a Jew to pray for the wicked to change and to save them, bring Racham. Wow, this is the message of a Jew. That's what we have to do. Although Hashem blessed us that we Jews, and Hashem and the Judaism and connection to Hashem continues through family, but you're responsible for all the world. Pray for the Rishonim, for the wicked to change and to come back to Hashem, to have mercy on Hashem in the world. So He should give us a bracha to fulfill our goal, our role. Shabbos. Adonai Chovetz Aman Tzidkoi Toiro Ve'adir Adeu Mitzkadei Shemei Rabo Yom Odiroch Imusei V'yamlich Bar Musei